The iconic fight between Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas took place on February 11th, 1990 at the Tokyo Dome in Japan. It was the 7th defense Iron Mike as the absolute world heavyweight champion. His opponent and contender is 29 years old James Buster Douglas. But the real contender for that moment was Evander Holyfield. The problem was that Tyson hadn't been fighting since July 1989, and Holyfield had fought only recently, and that's why the interim fight between Tyson and Douglas was chosen. James Buster Douglas lost to Tony Tucker by technical knockout in the 10th round on May 30th, 1987. But afterwards, he won 4 consecutive fights. But despite those victories, Buster Douglas entered the ring as a massive underdog. Nobody believed in his success. And 23 days before the fight, his mother died. But James did not refuse to fight. Moreover, he said that the death of the mother gave him determination. As for Tyson, he approached the fight surrounded by chaos. For example, Tyson was going through a tumultuous divorce from actress Robin Givens. Iron Mike was surrounded by yes men and team members, including trainer Aaron Snowell, who were inexperienced and lacked the ability to manage his training or corner him effectively. He was involved in disputes over his money and management. Tyson fired his coach Kevin Rooney, who led him from the beginning with Customato. Tyson did not take the fight seriously and was heavily undertrained. Tyson did not consider Buster Douglas a serious threat and reportedly did not watch any film of his fights. But in spite of all below stated facts, most of people were sure that Douglas is easy prey for the champ. From the beginning of the fight, it was apparent that Douglas was not afraid. Douglas displayed a lot of spring in his body movement and was not cautious in letting his punches fly whenever he saw the opportunity to attack Tyson. He used his quick and accurate jab to prevent Tyson from getting inside, where Tyson was most dangerous. When Tyson tried to get inside, Douglas tied him up, moved away, or would immediately hit Tyson with multiple punches as Tyson came within Douglas's range. Early on, Douglas was more agile than Tyson and outlanded Tyson in exchanges. Many opponents of Tyson lost mentally already before the fights, but the behavior of James Douglas did not hint of anything like that. In the 3rd round, Tyson added dynamics and something started to work out, and this round Mike lost not so clearly as the previous 2. The problem was that Tyson acted with single punches and not used combinations. Moreover, Mike stood in one spot for the entire 10-round fight. His performance was starkly different from his typical style, and his lack of movement was a key factor in his loss. The 4th round was not eventful, but ended with spectacular punches exchange in which Douglas was a bit better.
They tell me again, interesting information that Buster Douglas has landed over 50.
As you did.
Yes. Good left hook by
Douglas again with a left and a right. Now Tyson lands a right hand and backs Buster up, but here he comes.
Mike is punching. Mike is dropping his hands.
Probably James Buster Douglas team remembered the moment of Tyson's training session when Mike Tyson had been down. It means he is just mortal man. It means he can be beaten as well. Evander Holyfield was probably the most tensed viewer because he was going to meet with the winner of this bout. In the 5th round, James Douglas literally shot Tyson, and as a result, Tyson began to develop a hematoma around his left eye. The Tyson's corner team was so incompetent, they even did not have an inswell to treat the severe swelling under Tyson's eye. Instead, the cornermen were forced to use a latex glove filled with ice and water, which they pressed against the injury between rounds. Teddy Atlas afterwards said that those corner team cannot teach even fish to swim.
This is his night and all of that sort of stuff, but of course one big shot from Mike.
The 8th round. Tyson noticeably improved his explosive quality and carried out a number of good attacks. Douglas is no longer so fast, and there is hope that Mike will be able to reach his one-punch knockout and win the fight. And in the closing seconds of the 8th round, Mike Tyson landed a single, powerful right uppercut that sent Douglas to the canvas. Douglas was on the mat for approximately 12 to 14 seconds. However, because the referee did not begin his count immediately because he was waiting for Tyson to go to a neutral corner, Douglas was able to rise at the referee's count of 9 just as the round ended.
Looking for that all night. Oh, that's a nice uppercut that time. That drops Buster Douglas. The count's up to 2 and 3 and 4. His eyes from where I'm sitting look fairly clear. It's up to 7 and 8. And here it is at 9. Is he going to get up? Yes, he does. All right. And the bell ends the 8th round.
The bell saved Douglas that moment. Any of common boxers take a rest and reduce activity after such kind of knockdown, but not Douglas. While Mike was trying to develop a success, Douglas acts with more fury and rush. Buster Douglas acted with remarkable composure, aggression, and then the whole boxing world saw what he never saw before. Towards the end of the 8th round, Douglas landed a 4-punch combination that staggered Tyson back to the ropes. Tyson was severely hurt along the ropes and barely survived the round, looking completely deflated as he went back to his corner.
Tyson is wobbling. Tyson needs the ropes for support. Douglas wailing away. Without the ropes, Mike would have gone down. Plenty of time left in the round.
The boxing fans realize that Iron Mike is not Superman anymore. The biggest drama in recent years is unfolding in the ring. The 10th round, Mike started with brutal right to the head, but it was his last strike in the fight. Tyson looks helpless and disoriented, and now you see the combination that shook the entire boxing world. Douglas landed a brutal right uppercut which stunned Mike and then finished him with 3 punches. Mike Tyson was knocked down for the first time in his career. As he tried to rise, he awkwardly fumbled with his capo, placing it back into his mouth incorrectly, which became an iconic, desperate image of his defeat. This fight was admitted as an upset of the year, and now we can say that it may be the greatest upset of all time. James Buster Douglas showed that Tyson is just another mortal boxer, but not Superman. But that was all he was capable of in his sporting life. He lost his title in his next defense against Evander Holyfield, but the entire boxing world remembered him as the man who first stopped Mike Tyson, and therefore he will never be forgotten. Subscribe, like video, and leave your comment!